The following is brought to you by a generous donation from Canoe Place Inn and Cottages. Fine hospitality in Hampton Bays since 1697. More at canoeplace.com.
Welcome.
That was excellent.
That was the dulcet tones. The dulcet tones?
Yes,
Dulcet
dulcet tones.
Of the lovely Bridget Leroy. This is Happy Holidays,
and
our
this is
special.
Bill McCuddy.
That's
partner.
Jim Turner playing incredible music at the top, as he has done for the past 2 years. And this is a bittersweet holiday for us. This is like a Lifetime movie.
Why?
Because this is your last show.
You know what? I like the way you keep saying, well, this is your last show.
Well, I don't know. It's our last show, I guess. What am I going to do without the Bridget and the Bridget and Bill?
I know. You'll have to find someone else whose name starts with a B. Because it only works if their name starts with a B.
Yeah.
So who else is there that you know?
If your name is Barbara and
Or
you're
Brenda.
listening to this, or
Billie
Brenda,
Jean.
I don't know.
I could go on and on.
Wouldn't be the same with it. We're going to
No,
talk
of course it's
about
not.
you and about your
Oh,
plans.
stop it.
And about Costa Rica. We're going to, the whole LTV, WLIW-FM staff is here.
You hear that? You hear that? That's the sound of like hundreds of people turning off their radios.
No.
and
We're
TVs
going to
right now.
stay tuned because you're going to hear a real intervention where we're going to tell her about the crime statistics in Costa Rica and how many people get bitten by giant anacondas and.
No, you know what's really big right now? Screw worms.
Screw worms.
Google it, dude. They are not pleasant.
I think well.
Yeah, I know.
Sounds like a 42nd Street of the 70s movie title on a marquee.
Deep throat and screw worm.
Yeah. Well, this is the last show. We can say anything.
Anything we want. What are they going to do?
Sponsors, who
What are they
cares?
going to do? They're going to
Yeah.
cancel us? I don't think so. Cancel ourselves.
We've taken
Anyway.
down by a screw worm.
Yes.
We have an incredible show. Mary
We do.
Wasserstein is here. She's been here before, but she's involved with something very special she's going to talk to about involving the town of East Hampton.
It's the Santa Parade. Okay,
And
I said
Brad Billett is joining her. He's a big honcho at East Hampton.
it. Yeah, East Hampton Village Foundation.
He's the reason you can do yoga on the beach. It was illegal until he came along.
Well, then I
They
am.
passed a law. I'm sure
I'm
I have
a rebel.
all that wrong.
I'm a maverick. I've been doing yoga on the beach for 30 years.
We're also going to talk
Yes.
about the holidays because it's December and we have a lot to talk about in terms of
What'd you
what's
get me?
the
What'd you get me?
you know what? According to this top 10 recurring gift list, 46% of you want just a gift card with money in it.
Well, not me. I mean, I'll take it, but no, I like actual, like, thoughtful gifts, But it's funny you should say that because I actually brought gift cards for the entire staff.
Really?
Well, no, only 4 of them. But for my 4 favorites. So if you don't get one in your LTV, you know why.
What defunct business are those from?
I got them from the Sag Harbor Variety Store, the 5 and 10. So that the people
Jerry
who do it-
Delafamina says, whatever you want in the world, it's in that store.
It
You
is.
can adopt a kid in that store, he said.
Really?
Yeah, it was,
I don't know if I want
he
one
doesn't
of
care
those
about political
remaindered
correctness.
kids, like in the back
adoption
with the yard.
aisle 5.
Really?
No, that's Sag Harbor. Seriously,
5 and
it's
10.
all there.
Everything.
It's
I was just
all
there. I was there, and they had like old, like I went in and I said, "Do you have a gift card?" And Lisa looked at me like I was insane. She's like, and she had to go through like an old like Rolodex. I'm not kidding. I love that store. And she pulled out like paper, and I said, "Do I have to put the name on them?" She's like, "No." And I just put
Spend it like money.
Exactly.
It's traveler's checks
Yes, spend it
for
like
the
money.
Sag Harbor General Store.
I'll tell
Did you ride the pony out front?
I'm
for a
not
quarter?
talking. I'm not talking.
That's a
Let's just
yes.
say I have
That's
in my
so
life.
yes.
But you know what? I leave the house now without even having my wallet because you do everything with your phone now. You tappa.
All right. What are the
Okay.
other things that everyone wants? Makeup products are number 2.
Well,
Would
I know
that be on
that's
your
big,
list?
that's big on your list, isn't
Yes,
it?
yes.
'Cause you're a
I
TV
make up with
fan.
my wife constantly.
Yeah, right. There you go.
And books. Is
Really?
anybody read? This is what's interesting to me. If you just joined us, it's AirHamptons with
What,
Bridget and
did
Bill.
you get this from like a book from 1987?
No. This is a top 10 recurring gifts every year
From-
in this percentage.
2024?
Most people want from 2024.
Okay,
yes,
gift card. 46% people
want money.
Gift want money.
37% want makeup. 34% want books. Who's reading books?
I read books, but on my Kindle. I don't want to waste the paper.
I'm
anymore.
happy about
But here,
that.
I think it's funny. They only say 46% want money, and I'm telling you 100% want money, but they're too scared to say it. So they're like, lipstick, and get me that new book, why don't you? But if
Also,
you can't,
these numbers add up to
money.
about 412. I
Yeah,
don't
right.
understand it.
But
But
then
books 34,
Self-care items, like
Self-care.
what? Like, here's a toothbrush, honey.
Yeah.
Like if my husband did that, I would
birthday.
murder him.
Wow.
Like here and here's
What if
some.
it was an electric one? that you really wanted.
I don't know. Look, the next thing is a toothbrush.
What are the odds?
Because you had already,
You read ahead.
that. But
Skin products after that, underwear and pajamas.
Well, if it's sexy underwear, sexy holiday underwear.
Okay.
With like a little Santa with his little nose sticking out.
Later in the hour, we're going to talk about unusual gift items from somebody called seedtime.com, and there are some very, very unusual items on that. In the meantime, we are talking about the holidays.
Yeah, we are, with Mary Wasserstein, who's been on the show before, and Brad Billett. So welcome, guys. Good
Welcome
to have you on.
this chaos, this Christmas or Hanukkah chaos. And if you're listening to this on WLIW-FM, you can't see what Mary has brought. We're going to talk not about her other life, but she is really good at decorating tables, and she has brought us
We have
like Liberace's reindeer.
Sequin reindeer. We've got a green one and a pink one. We've got a little Christmas tree and a menorah, and we have another like a snow globe with a menorah in it, and a little tinsel thing. We've got a nutcracker, and
What's
I
it called
really
in gold? In that's
gilt.
Yeah, it's good. Gilt.
And then we've got mushrooms. Very interesting choice for the Christmas
Well, they
mushrooms.
were very trendy last year, and I love the fact that you brought up the Sag River Variety Store because that's where those reindeer came from.
Of course
Really?
they did.
Yeah. So-
Can I just say they're fabulous and they know it.
Yeah.
How would you describe those mushrooms to people who aren't on mushrooms right now?
I think just super happy holiday mushrooms.
Yeah, they're silver and gold metallic with
And
a
they've got
green
the
base.
cute little
and
dots on top.
Therapy, Bill, when you have these.
They
No,
look
they're
like
top.
they came from the set of The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, they do. They look that cheap and unconvincing. Thank you.
A couple years ago, it dawned on me when I was being really staid with all the Christmas stuff, and it was like super plaid and like on point, and I was like, forget it. The holidays should be a little tacky.
Yeah.
They should be like shiny and glittery and happy and all about just smiling. So that's kind of where I'm leaning into with all these things.
And
We're
last
all
year
about
we had,
tacky on this
remember
show.
last year we had Anita Boyer on, and she talked about really bad Christmas movies. Like there was some really, really bad ones, like old Hallmark movies and stuff. And she like reviewed her favorite bad Christmas movies.
We
So that was
have,
fun.
it's funny you mentioned that, we're going to have some promos for a couple of very special holiday movies at the end of the show. Meantime, Southampton gets all the press with their dopey parade, the Santa parade, but now
you don't have to
East
diss
Hampton,
Southampton to make East Hampton look good.
East
It's
Hampton is,
nice for people in Southampton. But if you really want to come to a holiday place, East Hampton Village is the place to come.
You're listening to Brad Billett. He is, are you in charge of the Village Foundation? Was there a bloody coup and you're...
There was a bloody coup. It was bloody or bloodless.
I was kidding at the top, but you do a lot of stuff for East Hampton.
We do.
Yeah, tell East
So
Hampton
the East
Village
Hampton Village
Foundation.
Foundation was started about 3 years ago. We're a not-for-profit created by or at the behest of the village. I started it with two other directors. We have done a whole bunch of things in East Hampton Village. We renovated Herrick Park, has new tennis courts, new softball field, new hardball field, has a new purpose field. We're going to be taking on the playground and putting in a new playground. There's a new basketball. And this year there is going to be a 12-foot menorah and a 30-foot Christmas tree.
Where?
That we will light in Herrick Park. We will light it on December 7th. It's going to be in the middle of Herrick Park on the Newtown side, and it's going to be exciting.
Is that the first time that there's been? They usually they light the windmill. That's
Down by the
good.
tree fold, but this is the first time it's going to be, and thanks to the Village Foundation, it's right across the street from the middle school, which is amazing because these kids are like piling out of school and looking at this giant tree, and it's building up to the 7th, which is this magical day in the village where it starts with Santa Claus arriving in the park by helicopter, unless there's bad weather.
It is the
So,
Hamptons.
so
Yeah.
we're going to
He's
have
coming
a
on
live.
Blade.
I was gonna say Blade.
He's
No, no, no.
coming on a Suffolk County Police helicopter. If
Really?
it's good weather.
Yeah.
Oh, there's our tax dollars at work.
Absolutely. I am trying to convince the police department to actually rappel him down off the helicopter.
Really?
So you're going to have to find out if that actually happens by going there.
Wow. Tom Cruise did that at
He
Cannes.
will, yeah, and listen, the Olympics is one thing. East Hampton Village is something else.
Yeah, yeah,
okay?
yeah, we've got
so we
everything
might be
going on.
having them rappel down, which would be
This man
fantastic.
is out of control.
It's
Okay.
totally, and
They're
there's
going to land. If there's bad weather, he'll be coming in a Bearcat. So in an armored personnel carrier,
Oh.
You
right
cannot
through the
make this
mount.
up, right?
You cannot make. Last year we had to bring him there because we did have inclement weather. So this year we think there's going to be good weather. He could be landing
in a turret.
in Herrick Park.
In what?
He pops out of a turret.
Oh, no
If
kidding.
he comes in Schwarzenegger's car or
Which is
whatever. that
amazing.
thing- yeah.
But we're also going to have the middle school band is going to be playing while this is going on. We're going to be handing out gifts to children. There's going to be possibly someone walking on stilts or all these different activities. Plus the Dreesen's truck will be there, which has been
the
underwritten
best.
by a donor. So last year they handed out free cocoa and donuts to 1,200 people.
Oh, my gosh.
Dreesen's Donuts.
Yeah.
I
Go
mean,
to
that's
Santee, family.
Yeah, that's
I
where
love
to
that.
go.
December
they're
7th, a week
fantastic.
from today if you're listening on WLIW.
It is.
Yes.
And then right afterwards, we have the Santa Parade, which
I love.
Bridget, you
well,
have
yeah.
been involved with in the
well, I was
past.
on-
So
I
it's
was part of the
dueling
chamber-
Santa parades with different
he arrives in
Hamptons.
the park. Oh, there is, but I don't know if there's
Well,
actually
I'm not sure it's
Southamptons.
dueling. I think we're way ahead. So I mean, it's not even a question of dueling.
I like this guy's
listen,
attitude.
I think we have the largest Santa parade on the East End, if
Really?
not on Long Island.
Simpson,
Yes,
you're a
absolutely.
real go-getter.
You know, this
like
is
Montgomery
listen,
Burns
this
on
is what we're gonna do. And
We had over 3,000 visitors last year to the village, and so everyone goes from the park where it's like this
How
momentum.
many?
3,000.
And that was for the crummy one you did last year compared to
I mean,
this.
that was like, we're embarrassed by what we did last year.
That
I mean,
was a
that
rehearsal.
yeah, this is the rehearsal, and there's more.
There's
and
more.
Wait,
there's
wait,
more.
there's more. What?
There's,
And there's more. So we're gonna have Santa. You can come and visit with Santa, take a picture with Santa.
a beautiful, amazing Santa Land.
Oh, his own set?
Santa
He's
Land.
got his own, like,
He's gonna have his
situation.
own set.
trailer.
His own security.
Oh no, little
He'll have
elves.
elf security.
Elf
Yeah.
security.
Elf
I love
security. He'll have
Can
a
they
throne.
really protect him?
They go for the ink, they go for your knees, so it's
it. Yeah,
pretty
they
tough
do.
to
And
fight.
they've got very,
They're
very
kind of like
sharp
little dogs
teeth.
at the dog park.
And very, very sharp teeth.
Aggressive,
Yeah.
hostile, focused.
Hey, I think
Yes.
we've met the team that's taking our place
It's
next
those
month.
wood toys. That's what it
Hope
is.
so. You guys.
Sure is.
But you have
It's
to,
the wood toys.
We have the Santa Parade, and last year we had the most marchers. We had 30 people, groups
In
participate
protest?
in support of.
Oh, March.
Yes.
Well, you said March.
And we have an amazing group of judges who are the 5th grade leadership council from John Marshall that will be judging the parade, and Mayor Larson will be handing out, there'll be trophies, like actual trophies.
Wait,
We're
so
doing
what are they
trophies.
competing for exactly? So they
Best float.
Best
so
float.
do
We're
we
gonna
have
have
any
best
idea how many
float,
floats
best
they're going to be?
band.
I've done floats.
We had 30
I-
last year,
yeah.
and I'm hoping to really increase that number this year.
We think we're going to have probably 50 organizations
Oh wow.
doing this.
Yeah.
Fire departments from all over. We'll even have Santa.
But why has this? Why has the East Hampton parade never gotten the press that the Southampton
because it's so
parade
amazing,
did?
we want to keep it to ourselves.
on a
But we realized
Sunday,
last
right?
year
It's on a Saturday this year.
Saturday this
Okay.
year. Okay.
This year it's going to be on a Saturday.
Okay.
When's the other?
We
parade?
have, I don't know.
also
I,
like
I didn't
10
even know about the Southampton
okay.
parade.
Wait, what
I
other
mean,
I don't know why
please,
you
let's-
talked about
There is some real East Coast, West
you,
Coast.
you
like
are really
gang-
trying to push Southampton here.
rivalry.
Well, I didn't
Wait,
even
am I
know
walking into a
Southampton-
hostile
No, but-
environment?
I already know what I know.
Southampton? I mean,
guess
come on.
he is.
I mean, it's
I
starting to
didn't
get
know.
weird.
I've
Bridget,
only
can
been.
you keep him
Hey,
under
Belle,
control a little
if
bit?
there's an elf knocking on your window one night, just don't get nervous.
Wow, can you feel the spirit of the holiday? If
It is here.
If he had hot cider, he would dump it on you, right?
Not at all.
But that's not even.
And you want to know something? You're welcome to come to the parade.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah,
And
we-
what
we
time
accept
is?
all,
So
all
the
sorts.
What time
Santa
is the
arrives
parade?
in the park at 11. The
Mary's
parade's
trying to
at
keep it real.
12. We also have a holiday market, which is from 11 to
Oh, I
4,
love the
and we have
holiday
tons of vendors who are amazing. We'll be selling food and gifts, and
For you to purchase for your.
Yes.
100%.
And I will tell
presents.
you, Mary has done an unbelievable job with this market.
Thank
Oh,
you,
that's so
Brad.
great. I love
So
the
I'm,
market.
I'm pushing Mary. This
And
is
is it gonna
really
be in
fantastic.
Herrick
Wait, it
Park?
hasn't happened yet.
No, it's on the lawn of Village Hall.
There's a little
Nice.
prep to go
Bridget,
along with
you
it.
ready
I
for
have
this
good
one?
faith.
There's this amazing gingerbread house that Landry's The Palm has commissioned of an exact replica of the Hunting Inn.
Oh,
That
my
is
God.
gorgeous, and you'll be able to raffle it off. The benefits are going to go to the food pantry.
Is it life size?
No. You're
For
very
what
funny.
it costs, not to
I
be crass,
You
it
might
should
be able to
be.
go in there. You might be able to get
It
yourself
should
in
be
there.
for what that thing costs,
Right,
but
right.
it's breathtaking. So we have Santa, and then we also have a holiday movie, which will be in the middle school.
What movie?
Last year it was The Grinch. It's TBD.
Okay.
So we have that going on. Plus all
That's
the
not the
restaurants.
title. That means to be decided.
It could be the title. We don't know.
We're not going to tell what it is, but you have
Okay.
to come there.
But-
By the way, the
For
gingerbread
free, by
house
the
of the
way.
Hunting
For
Inn.
free.
Yeah.
For free. Everything is free.
The gingerbread house of the Hunting Inn wanted to put a pool in, and they turned it down.
True.
Right.
It got vetoed again when they
it was-
reapplied as a gingerbread house. They said still no.
It was too close to
The
the.
apple
to the-
cider pool. They said no.
They said not here, not in our
Neighbors
village.
said no.
No, right. The
But-
triangle law. It was just
We are
too
so
close to
inside
the edges.
baseball right now. It's
No,
crazy.
It's good. The other thing that's fun is a lot of the restaurants and most of the businesses all do fun in-store promotions. So you go in and they have cookies or little holiday spirit if you're shopping.
Yeah.
And there is suspended parking regulations. So you can just hunker down and be in the village all day and enjoy everything, which
That's
is
so great.
a lot
I'm going
going
to park
on.
there and
There'll be-
come back and get my car in the spring.
There you go.
Exactly.
There'll be shopping specials. There'll be specials in the restaurants.
Yeah.
There's going to be
This is-
decorations in all of the
And this
storefronts.
is all the East Hampton Village Foundation. Is the
We're
Chamber
working.
of Commerce
We're
involved? Who else are
working
you
with the
working
village. We've asked the chamber to help us as well.
That's great.
We want to be inclusive, so everyone is welcome to help.
Oh, good.
Everyone's welcome to participate.
It's a true community event, and really what's lovely about it is that everything is free. So there's no point in time where anyone feels excluded. So the donuts are free, like all the handouts, the Santa photos, the movie, and then the tree lighting, which is amazing. The Bonnettes, I don't know if you're familiar with them. They're the premier choral group at the middle school will be singing carols, and they are fantastic. They actually tour and win awards. Like, they're that good.
That's fantastic.
And
Wow.
I've sat through some very sketchy kid concerts, and they're terrible.
Congratulations.
I have too.
And you're like, wow, this is breathtaking.
Okay, my daughter who's now, is a professional actress and in her 30s, I saw her and she just was so bored doing a chorus thing that she found a thread on her, her Christmas nightie. She took it off and she started flossing her teeth with it. She was like 6 years old. It was the best.
Well, if she was in the
that
You
on
probably
YouTube?
stole a show. I mean,
No.
I would be watching that more
She
than anyone
did.
else.
It was hilarious.
But the Bonnettes are really exceptional. I
Yes.
mean, the first time I heard them sing, I was like, what?
How many bonnets do you get?
I think there's collectively about 30, I'm trying to think. So it's a really lovely group, and they work really hard.
Is it Melanie who still leads the chorus there at the middle school?
It might be it's Dorothy who leads the
Okay.
Bonnettes.
And do they march in the parade?
The Bonnettes are not marching the parade. We have a lot of different.
What happened there?
It fell apart. They're kind of prima donnas. They can only do one
look,
appearance.
They wanted a trailer.
Listen, we have
They
the
wanted
middle
a-
school band doing Santa, and then we have the high school band walking in the parade.
Wow.
Okay.
There'll be other bands as well.
So many bands.
Okay.
There'll be other bands as well. There's going to be plenty of music. We're going to pipe
I wanna
music
ask-
throughout the village.
I want to ask about the Santa Parade because I know, when they do this, for example.
Do you want to have a float? You
No, I
can
want,
have a
I
float.
want to ask you. Thank you.
You should have a float.
I
We can
had
get you a
many.
float.
The Independent, we did pigs and pogs one year, where I had a pet pig, so we put him on the float and we threw pogs that said the Independent to everybody. But that was the St. Patrick's Day parade.
I'm
which is
just
what
sick
wanna
I
ask
missed
you.
that.
No, but you can have fun and be like a little raunchy with the St. Patrick's Day parade because
Yes.
that's that feeling. Do people like last year with the floats? What was something that was particularly fun, if not raunchy? I know obviously because it's a kid.
I have to say that the Balsams, Alec Balsam has a son who's in the elementary school.
That's Balsam Farms, yeah.
Yeah, and they had a huge tractor that was decorated with a flatbed that they had all these decorations and all these kids that were throwing candy, and it was,
That was a lot of fun.
amazing. East End lacrosse
Yeah.
was fantastic.
Well, who won last year?
The first year there's a judge. I mean, this is it's getting
Yeah.
real.
This is now we've
Fox News alert.
we step it up a little bit every year.
Wow.
Just like we do with Tuesdays in
Trophies.
Maine. Tuesdays in Maine this year, I got to plug that since
Yeah.
it's December and we're getting ready in another 6 months for the concert series. This year we broke all records. We had about 6,000
Yeah.
people on Tuesday night, Maine Beach, for one of the concerts.
That's amazing.
And over the whole summer, we had over almost 40,000 people.
Wow.
That's another time you suspend parking, right? You can go there. I know you can. I know
Yes,
you don't need
you
a
can go
pass
there.
for.
You can go there
I know
starting
for
at 4
yoga.
o'clock.
I know for yoga at the beach on Saturday mornings, you don't
right.
have to have a pass.
I have not
and-
seen you at yoga there, and I
Right.
appreciate that you
He's
actually
been there
know
in the
about
He's
that.
background.
been told.
You know,
He's
we
been
also
told.
will have, we've had 111 people at Saturday morning yoga at 8:30.
That's a lot.
That's great.
I
I do
but-
downward hog.
Yes, you do.
You don't want to see it.
No, I've
You
seen
do
it.
not
I've
wanna
seen
see
it.
I've seen
Unfortunately,
it.
but with the concert with the 6,000 people, who was the?
It was just local bands.
Yeah, but just local bands.
Well, you mean-
Did you
I'm
hear that,
assuming-
Jim Turner? Just
Local bands. And
This
there
is where
may
you
or may
walk
not be special guests that come on with the local bands.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh, right, right.
We will be doing those shows, and
Oh,
you have
yeah.
to be there to see it. Actually, a plug to LTV. LTV. See, they're calling me immediately.
Yeah.
Getting Brad on the
That's
phone.
Billy Joel.
LTV, and then all of a sudden,
That's
Yeah.
Billy
Now,
Joel.
LTV has carried all of the shows with the exception of one all summer.
Oh, really?
Jim, was
This
that
is-
yours? The one they didn't carry?
Jim, were you there?
Did you bring another business card? You got another live one here.
I was so busy, I didn't even know about it.
No. You need to be a part of that. 6,000 people.
Yeah.
That's
Get
a
a
lot
CD
of
ready.
people.
We
Yeah.
are thrilled that this is going to happen here in East Hampton because before it was a train wreck. No, it
No,
was
no,
lovely
but-
before, but it's going to be much, much cooler.
So what?
It will be.
Keeps building, and what's really exciting is the kids are so excited. The village does this fantastic job of putting banners up everywhere. So I know I have 3 children in school out here that they come home and they're pumped and their friends are talking about it. So there's this
So how do
wonderful
people?
thing.
I'm sorry, but like, how do people find out information about this? Because if they're just tuning in now and saying, "Oh my gosh, the East Hampton Santa Parade, December 7th," but they want to know more, and there's the tree lighting. There's so much going
You
on.
can go to the East Hampton Village Foundation website, which is ehvf.org.
Okay, EastHamptonVillageFoundation.org, but just the initials,
Yep.
EHVF.
And
Exactly,
if you-
.org. Also, it will be on the East Hampton Village website as well.
Okay.
I also have to give a plug to East Hampton Village and the mayor.
Yeah.
We would not be able to do this with
No.
the mayor and without the trustees' support. They are here all the time for us, and it's a great relationship we have with the village. The village is really the most beautiful village in the nation. We also have, and I have to plug this, we are one of the top 10 beaches in the United States.
Yeah, destination, or Condé Nast, somebody just named you, actually the east end of Long Island, is in their top 10 beaches in not in the world, I think the United States.
not-
They're stunning.
Dr. Beach named us in the top 10, beating out Hawaii and other places.
Wow, that's
so
amazing.
we are.
So, Brad, I have to ask you something. Which of these 3 would you pick for a Christmas gift?
Okay.
Makeup products, books, or underwear?
What kind of underwear are you talking?
See, I told you, it could be really fancy underwear.
It could be
La
it could be-
Perla.
La Perla.
Yes.
If I was giving it to a woman, I would probably go La Perla.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I would do
Okay.
that.
If
And the
you're
book is
just,
a really
if you're
boring
just
book. It's
joining
the
us,
Bible,
this is Oprah's Favorite Things, hosted by Bridget Leroy.
Mary, wait, I'm not done yet. Mary,
Oh, I-
which
I-
of these would you choose?
Sure, shoot.
A book, a toothbrush, or pajamas?
Pajamas.
Yeah,
I love pajamas.
I'm actually with you on that one.
I'm a huge fan of them.
Yeah, me
It's the
too.
holidays,
They're
and we are
fantastic.
celebrating. This is Happy Holidays on AirHamptons with Bridget and Bill. Before I let you go, though, Brad,
Yes.
one quick question. What's the wish list for 2025? What's the one thing you want to bring to East Hampton, if you could bring anything or do anything?
I think we've pretty much done everything we want. We would just want everyone to enjoy all of the events we have all throughout the year, the summer throughout. We are going to be working very, very hard to bring more events. I think we're going to do this year, again, we'll do another car show. But we pretty much do what we really want, and I don't think there's anything. We have great support from the community, we have great support from the village, and we just want to keep on doing what we do.
Jerry, watch your back. This man is running for mayor. All right.
I will tell you, in full disclosure, I will never run for mayor.
Yeah,
Never
that's
run
what they
for mayor.
always
And he
It
made,
isn't at the
Just
time
before
of the
the-
Never
he made that,
run for
he
mayor.
made that an announcement right here on our
Yes,
show.
there you
So
go.
that's
You
pretty
heard it here
exciting.
first, people.
Jerry for mayor, that's all I can tell you. Jerry for
Mary and
mayor.
Brad, thank you for
Thank
joining
you
us
so
on
much.
AirHamptons.
And
here-
ehvf.org to find out more about
Right.
the East Hampton Village Foundation and the Santa Parade.
Or if you don't have a computer and you're locked somewhere, there will be posters out everywhere.
Okay, great.
This
We'll look forward to
This
it.
Jim Turner music audition is just for you.
Fantastic.
Take
I like it.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Called Snow Was Falling on the Ground. You can do the chorus if you want.
Hey, this is AirHamptons with Bridget and Bill. I said you could read all the
Oh,
bumpers,
I know.
but
I'm sorry.
I
I
lied.
just no. I'll do it because I really like this one. It's from a facility in East Hampton where realtors like to say you can walk to the beach if you're Gandhi. This is AirHamptons with Bridget and Bill.
That's just comedy with a K. With a capital K.
It's like the Candy Kitchen, kind of.
And Jim Turner is
was
serenading us
falling
for the
on
holidays. This is AirHamptons.
Bill
with Bridget and Bill, as
McCuddy's
she
ground.
just said. We are in
Thanks,
the
Jim.
recording facilities of LTV, which means we are
Mm-hmm.
on television, but you are also listening to us, perhaps, on WLIW-FM.
Oh wait, I'm looking at some of your other bumpers, and I have to read some of these.
Well,
later.
you have the rest of the hour.
Okay, I
Read
do.
them.
I will. No, I have to just read this one because I know you're not going to let me get a word in a minute. 4 out of 5 doctors recommend AirHamptons with Bridget and Bill. Unfortunately, they're all psychiatrists telling patients just don't do what they do. I love that one.
Thank you.
Okay, you got a laugh out of me.
Hey, Patrick McLaughlin is a regular part of this program.
He's from the very beginning.
He joins us. He joins us because this is your last show. This is
Okay.
our
Well, now I have FOMO.
Patrick.
Another one bites at us. No.
Happy holidays, Patrick.
Happy holidays, guys. Yay.
Did you hear the top 10 recurring gift items?
Yeah, I'm definitely.
Everybody wants money. That's number one.
What were the choices?
Pajamas is number 10, and in between we have skincare products, self-care items.
I want a smokeless ashtray this year.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Do you smoke?
No. But I used to love those commercials, or the egg scrambler. If you can get me the egg scrambler.
You know what? There's a place
Ronco.
actually in Tanger. There's a store called As Seen on TV,
Right.
and it's all that stuff.
Don't you remember all that stuff? Like where there was like the egg scrambler,
Yeah.
the pocket fisherman.
What about the clapper?
Popio.
Clapper.
Oh wait, does
Yeah,
that
don't
work?
do-
I'm
no, don't
afraid
do
to
that
do it
here.
here at LTV.
We just clapped off the whole station. Remarkably, this is okay. Now we're back on.
Okay, thank God. Thank God you thought to clap again, Bill.
Yeah, but those are the old TV commercials. The Christmas commercials were the best when we were kids.
Yeah.
Like, and then the Norelco ad where Santa's on the razor going down the hill.
Oh,
Yeah, that one ran.
I don't
for
remember that.
years and
Ever?
years.
I do
Yeah,
not
with like
remember that.
Burl Ives' voice or something.
Real life. That's
Yeah.
you know. I always thought it was so creepy when he's singing the Christmas songs and he's like, have a holly
On the
jolly
Rankin-
Christmas."
on the Rankin Bass
He's like,
special.
Kiss her once for me. Like, oh God, I don't want Bill Ives spit all over me. Yuck. Anyway,
You must have been a blast watching Christmas specials.
Did you have some kind of a horrific Santa experience when you were in his lap?
not that I remember. Not that I can
Silent
recall.
Night, Deadly Night or something?
Yeah. Oh, I love that movie. That scared me a lot.
Did the
actually.
Dakota have its own Santa?
I don't know. Probably it's like I can't come up with anything fast enough.
Like those
It's like Rosemary's Baby. We had Rosemary's Baby. We didn't have Santa.
Did you watch the sequel on Netflix? It
No.
premiered like a couple months ago. I've yet to watch
A
it.
sequel?
A sequel to
Or a
Rosemary?
prequel to Rosemary's Baby. It's called
Oh.
Apartment 7A or whatever.
Oh, it's supposed to be like the people who lived there before.
Yeah,
like the one
before.
who committed suicide. 'cause they
Rosemary's
show that.
Inception? Is like, what's the prequel?
It's called Apartment 7A.
Oh.
It's allegedly a prequel to Rosemary's Baby. It's been online, like it's been streaming for months. And
Well, since you brought this up,
What?
and since you grew up in the Dakota,
Yeah.
I know that Rosemary's Baby was shot in the Dakota.
Yeah.
Did they
And
actually
when
shoot it there?
Yeah, they shot in the hallways too, right?
Yeah, I
it
think
was
so.
kind of dumpy looking. I'm sorry to Maury Povich and Connie Chung who live there now, or anyone else who might be listening, but it was kind of old.
Well, it's a lot of
Old New
very,
York.
very, very dark wood. And I can tell you, as a little child, my dad lived there. I lived
Yeah.
in the Apthorpe with my mom and my stepdad.
Oh,
when I
I
went
love
to
the
I
Apthorpe,
love
too.
the Apthorpe too, which has very nice energy.
and that was
but-
single white female, wasn't the Apthorpe
don't
single
know.
white female?
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
they
If
did
you're just
heartburn
joining
there.
us, this is
But
the
anyway,
real estate porn.
But
section
I
of the
can tell you
show.
that as a 6-year-old, like going to visit my dad and walking all the way across that courtyard,
Right.
and then waiting for that elevator, and the elevator had these carved dark wooden, like
Right.
green man, gargoyles in it and stuff. Yeah, and then Boris Karloff was our next door neighbor. I mean, he died when I was like 3. But can you imagine getting into the elevator,
Boris
like
Karloff?
that, and Boris Karloff is standing there? I mean, no wonder I'm so screwed up.
evening.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I've told my friend David Cleveland about this, and he's like, wah, 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 my courtyard's too big.
All right, look,
I've got
this
a
is
wooden
it.
elevator.
This is
wah,
it.
wah, wah.
We're pushing all the chips into the middle of the table.
Okay.
You can name everybody that was in the Dakota. This
I
is it.
can't. I
This is the
don't-
one time you can do it. So it was Yoko.
Johnny Yoko were our neighbors
John?
on the other side.
Right.
So
Roberta Flack, I know.
what?
Roberta Flack.
I
He's-
didn't know her.
Rex
No,
Reed, who I'm
I didn't-
actually
yeah,
friendly with.
But I didn't know him. I only knew the people in my
Oh,
parents'
okay, don't be
section.
Lauren Bacall
Don't be
on your
snobby.
side.
Betty was on
Betty.
4.
Betty,
No, but I
yeah.
knew her. I mean, she
I told
was
you I
at
rode
both
an
my
elevator.
weddings. I mean, she's like.
Oh, that's cool.
No, I mean, no, she wasn't just like, oh, it's cool. I mean, no, I mean,
That's really cool.
I would go to her and when I had problems, and she was like an aunt.
That's so
with Betty. I
cool.
mean, it's
Yeah,
not the. I'm
because
not
she
just
could
saying
be
these.
she could be chilly to
But
people,
not with
right?
me. I mean, and Sam, Sam was really good friends. Stephen Leslie Bogart, her other kids, really good friends. We were friends. And then the other one is Lenny Bernstein, and of course I was friends with Jamie and Nina. and
Oh,
Alex.
sure. So you watched that movie and saw the apartment where. So
I didn't watch that movie. I
Oh,
haven't
you
seen
didn't?
it yet.
Oh,
no.
it's great.
I know.
Wait, what movie
Maestro.
was it?
I haven't seen
Maestro.
it.
Oh.
I'm not really
Leonard
Bradley
Bernstein.
Cooper.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah.
So
but-
they have a classic fight, he and his wife,
Yeah,
in the
Felicia.
apartment as the Thanksgiving Day parade balloons
Yeah.
are going by.
Yeah, so my dad had an apartment on 6 and 7 where he
Right,
had
right.
2 floors, and they would look out over the park. So I could almost touch the floats.
Now,
for the
didn't Babe
Thanksgiving.
Ruth live in the Apthorpe also?
In the Apthorpe?
I thought it
don't
was the
know.
Apthorpe. Maybe I'm confusing my Upper
Bobby
West Side
Balaban,
buildings.
I'm trying to think, like Rita Moreno was in
Yeah.
the Apthorpe. I mean, Cindy Lauper's there now, but I
cool.
don't. Anyway,
Hey,
so that's all my.
just-
Because I lived around the corner. I was on 70th in the park years ago.
Oh, how nice.
That was a
Near
nice
the
neighbor.
old where the Schwab.
Don't
No.
we're both looking at each other
He's
because
like, I can't-
we can't say who used to live in it because it's
Oh,
just not
okay.
a topic.
Let's just
to go
put it
into.
this way: there's a deadbolt on the bedroom door.
Whoa.
We'll tell you during the commercial break. Who lived
Deadbolt
there
on the
before me.
inside?
Okay, well
On
that's
the
making
inside.
people think of all kinds of things.
I can't. No, don't say. Don't say.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it's somebody famous.
Happy holidays, everybody.
holidays.
Happy holidays. Now, I want you to know there are a couple of special things on television, and I didn't realize how busy you'd been. But
What?
I got a hold of some promotions.
Oh, no, what is he gonna
from
do?
some motion pictures that are happening this holiday season.
I feel like I'm gonna
here's
get
the first
roasted.
one.
Okay.
Tonight on Lifetime, Bridget Leroy stars with an all-star cast of people she just names. It's the heartwarming Christmas in Costa Rica. Santa's back and he's in a sarong. Christmas in Costa Rica. This holiday season, it's a jungle out there.
Put on.
I can't wait to see that.
I didn't know about
that
any.
sounds
What
good,
else
but I
do you
didn't know
have?
there's another one
Oh, no.
on the Hallmark Network.
me.
Tonight on Hallmark, the granddaughter of Mervyn Leroy, stepdaughter of Julie Andrews and Tony Walton, and 3 degrees away from Kevin Bacon, yes. Bridget Leroy is back as a young journalist trying to make it in the Hamptons. And if she has to work at every conceivable publication until they shut down, she'll do it. It's the heartwarming Hire Me for the Holidays Hamptons edition.
Oh
Look
my
out,
God.
there won't be a
Where's Dean Martin?
there won't be a dry eye in the newsroom.
oh
So
my
those
God.
2 television specials starring our own Bridget Leroy.
Who are the co-stars? Who would be
No,
the
it's
co-stars?
just her.
It's just me.
Just her.
It's
And
only
she just
me.
mentions famous people.
It's not Camden Cameron Burr,
No,
whatever
no,
her
I
name
play-
is,
no.
Kirk Cameron's sister.
No, I
She's
play-
in all those movies.
I play everybody.
Do you?
In my own life, I do. Actually.
She's very versatile.
I am.
We spend part of the holidays over at Patrick's house.
You did?
The McCuddys and the McLaughlins.
Is that like a
We're
yearly-
invited over for New Year's
It's
Christmas
yearly-
Eve.
yeah, and then all my Jewish in-laws come over, so we just hang out on Christmas Eve, and then I go Christmas Day to see my family.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, but
The
Christmas Eve is
lovely
my
the
house.
lovely Mrs. McCuddy.
I
Mrs.
know, I love
McCudley,
her.
as you call her,
Well,
is
yeah,
Jewish.
Mrs.
McCudley.
Mrs. McCudley.
There's many descriptions I would have for
Yeah.
Sue, but I don't know.
No.
McCudley is one of them, and you can tell her I said that.
Well,
Wow, all right.
wow, you just got him in trouble.
No,
She's gonna go
no,
home. She's
no.
gonna be standing there tapping her foot.
You're going to owe her a present after that comment. And here's
Well,
what
which one?
Rolling Stone
Oh, I
says
love
are.
Sue. She's
Here are the top trending gifts according to Rolling Stone this year. The Lululemon Everywhere Belt Bag, which is basically a fancy fanny pack.
fanny pack.
The
So-
Lululemon has reinvented the fanny pack.
But it's only $38.
It's $38
That's
bucks.
not crazy.
That's
Now
okay.
this is crazy.
What is
And
this?
this is like a throwback to old school, like giant headphones. Apple has come out with what they call the AirPods Max.
So
I
they're
have
like
them.
big bows.
Oh, you do?
I have them. I use them on planes.
$550. Are they
I
any
use
good?
them on planes.
Oh, you do? Okay,
Yeah.
good for you.
'Cause
A
when-
lot of insulated water bottles.
Yeah, they had like 10, and I just said okay.
Okay.
But then there's something called Crocs Brooklyn Low Wedge Sandals, which should be made by UGG and not Crocs because they are so ugly you cannot believe it. They're $55 and they're
ugly is
trending.
redundant.
Yeah.
You know, like seriously.
No, but they're. But can you imagine Crocs sandals? Like, I want you to close your eyes right now, unless you're driving, and picture this in your mind: what Crocs sandals look
I
like.
do not own a
You
pair of
can't see
Crocs,
them.
nor have I ever bought a pair of Crocs.
Well, you know, my husband has he's the Croc man. He has
I
like
didn't
50
know that Eric is a
That's
king
all
of
he
Crocs.
wears.
Oh my god.
He has like 15 pairs. They're all
You
Crocs.
mentioned
Yes.
the
Kindles.
Kindle earlier,
Yeah.
and now there's a new Kindle, but you know
Oh
why
my
it's called
God.
Paperwhite?
Yeah, because it
You
looks
can read
like
it in
white
the sun.
paper.
Because it
That's
looks-
what I have.
and
That.
look- oh,
Well,
really?
I have.
That's not new. The Paperwhite's been out for a while.
Yeah, but they have a new one coming out.
Oh.
I think it's less expensive.
It has a
See, and I
different.
had all these
it
notes.
has a
I was
different
going to talk
charger.
about stuff.
Well, we're gonna have you talk about
The new
stuff, too.
Kindle
We
has
have
a different
tons of time.
charger.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Oh god.
No, I'm sure it does.
Well, that's like my iPhone
Let's
has a
keep-
new charger.
Let's
Okay.
let's make.
ADD.
The
Why not?
Nespresso Virtu Coffee Espresso Machine. Let's give.
It's actually espresso. I hate it when people say espresso.
Well,
It's not
that's
X.
spell check.
There's no X in it. It's espresso.
All right, calm down. Come in off the ledge.
Well, no, because people do commercials.
Let's
and
just
stuff
talk
and they
about how
say
much those
espresso.
pods are a pop.
Or
Which
why-
one?
For the
$5.50?
Nespresso?
Oh no!
Oh,
How
no,
badly
those.
George Clooney needs our money.
You know, no, Nespresso.
$269.
Like Keurigs are like a buck a pop. Nespresso
Right.
are like $3-4 a pop.
Why?
Are any of them good for this of the environment? Has anybody invented a plastic
Yes,
for that?
there-
Do-
no, there is. There's
There are
like
some for the
reusables.
Keurigs. They have the recyclable ones or ones that have like a net or whatever.
Yeah, they have. It's a reusable
Like-
one.
like
You
a
have to
tea
put-
bag, you know?
Exactly, and you have to do that. 12.
Is this a show? I can't believe this is a show.
I know, but
this
what-
is
what
my
the-
favorite
okay,
thing.
tell
I'm
me
going to
what it
explain
is.
what this is. This is made by a company called 12 South.
Right.
It's an AirFly Pro, and what it is, it's a little white thing that connects to your earbuds, like your Apple earbuds,
Right.
but it'll hear
AirPods.
wired things. So you can take it on an airplane and use it with the entertainment system.
Get out.
You don't
That's
need to
kinda
plug
cool.
it in, or you can use it at home. In bed, when Mrs. McCuddy is asleep, I can watch television
I love
with
that
my
he's calling her.
earbuds.
He calls her Mrs.
McCudley.
McCudley
Yeah.
now. You can. Well, that's great. See, but my husband already has that because he has hearing aids and they have Bluetooth in them, so he can like hear
He
things
can get
that
TV on that?
No,
you can tune it to that?
I'm not sure, but there's something he does so I can't hear the TV and he can.
You should be more involved in this.
I
life.
don't care. I'm already asleep at
And
that point,
finally,
so.
the thing that's sort of retro,
Yeah, the Polaroid Go Instant Mini Camera, $99.
but it has a reflective selfie mirror, which is its nice upgrade
Yeah,
or
a
update.
lot of
to
reflecting
current.
when you're taking selfies. So absolutely. And what else? What else is going on here?
Well,
what are
what
you
do
talking
you-
about?
No, I was
Patrick?
going to talk about good things this year, but it's kind of boring compared to what we were just talking about.
No, what's that?
It's gotta be more
I don't want.
interesting
No,
than
How are you
I
gonna
want
s-
about you.
Oh,
I want about
please,
you.
no, please, Patrick.
No, I just want to say, like, the one thing that really bothered me in the last year is, if you're dressed head to toe in Prada, please don't wear an Amber Waves hat. Like, please, just don't. Isn't that like it's awful? That's
yeah,
like that's
yeah.
like no.
Like, but I'm from here. But I
But I'm cool. I go to the Hamptons.
yeah. So you wear something.
Yeah,
to
I don't know.
pretend you're local.
That was the one thing that bothered me the most last year.
These are like Jay Leno's beefs. Jay Leno used to go
Yeah, I
on.
remember.
Beefs?
Yeah, and he
Yeah.
was, here's my beef.
So all the best restaurants I think of this year, the new ones, were all Italian.
Oh
I think
yeah.
they were. Arthur and Sons.
Yeah, Joey's
I thought
Very.
La Dolce Vita. My
Yeah,
other
La
number-
Dolce Vita at the Maidstone was great.
Both were
Was it?
awesome, and I actually liked Arthur and Sons a lot.
Okay, well, what's
like it.
interesting about two of the three you just mentioned is they're still open.
Yeah,
They're trying to do
Wait,
it
you said
year-round
Arthur
here.
and Sons, La Dolce Vita, and what
they're
else?
all open, and then Little Charlie Pizza actually.
Oh,
I
Little
loved,
Charlie Pizza.
which
okay.
I was blown away how good it was.
Wait,
Wow,
that's
now
in
I want-
Quogue, though, right?
No, they're in East Hampton at the site of the old tsunami on 3 Mile Harbor.
Yeah, yeah, no,
right
I saw
past Nick
that.
and Tony's.
There was a tsunami on 3 Mile Harbor?
You know, I don't know, but it's if you've not gone, it's some of the best pizza, and I think there's Sam's is my favorite. I like
Yeah.
Sang
What about
pizza.
Feeney?
I like Feeney. This is better. I think Little Charlie's is better.
Really?
than
So
Feeney.
if during the holidays
Jerry
you don't wanna
Seinfeld is
cook
waiting
or
outside the
whatever-
studio for you.
Yeah, I know, right?
Not mad.
And
Who
then
are these
Tom,
people putting down my pizza?
and I did love Tom Kelly's videos with Patrick
Oh,
McLaughlin
that was so
this
much.
year.
Patrick, those were so much fun. Did you have a good time?
We had fun. Tom and I had fun, and you know what the best was? I don't know if we told you we were doing one in East Hampton, and I was telling him how one of the housewives, I forget who was, got shot away from Chanel.
Bethany wasn't it?
Whatever,
I can't
whoever.
believe I
Yeah.
know that.
So I
See,
said
I've
she
been
didn't have
hanging
a
out with you too
reservation,
long.
so they wouldn't let her in Chanel.
Yeah.
So Tom goes out there with the camera, and I wish he would use this. And he said, "Hey, can we come in, or do we need a reservation?" And the security guard goes, "Sure, come on in."
Really?
Right? Yeah, it was, let me show you. We have a garden in the back, and it was like that scene in Animal House where
Yeah,
they took all the geeks and then they put them in the one room, and they put Tom and I in the backyard, and like there's the staff eating their lunch, and he's like, "We have a very private garden in the back. Let us show you."
Oh my God, that's
Wait,
so
is
clever.
that he didn't cut that?
I
That
don't.
isn't
You
made
gotta
into
tell
a-
him to cut that. That was so funny.
That's
That
so,
was classic.
funny. That is hilarious.
And-
Tom Kelly, if you're just joining us, is a very funny stand-up comedian who is from Long Island and warms up some famous shows like Good Morning America and the $1 Million,
And The View.
$100,000 period and pyramid,
Pyramid.
$100,000
No comment.
and The View. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's been doing these videos and putting them on Instagram. I think it's Tom Kelly Show or the
Yeah, the Tom Kelly show
The
is
Tom
his-
Kelly Show is his handle.
And one of them, we have like almost like 160,000 views.
Well, that's what I was going to
They're
ask
really
you. You've
fun.
been on like
Crazy.
4 or 5 of them. And what's
Yeah.
the cumulative? Have you hit 1 million yet, you two?
I don't know. We were gonna do one. We were gonna do one at Kmart, which about time. Bye-bye.
Oh, yeah, it's like, what's going in
but
there?
there was nothing in there for 2 years.
I know, but what-
Bridgehampton, if you don't know, had a Kmart forever that every
It was the
year
last
got-
Kmart in the country.
It was down to one aisle of stuff because they were making it smaller and smaller
Yeah.
every year by
Well, most
putting
people
up-
remember at Caldors or Grants. I think
Yeah.
it was before that.
There was a Grants
And it was a movie theater originally.
And it was
That the
Ulysses.
movie
Drive-in.
theater. That was a
I
drive-in
saw
movie theater.
101 Dalmatians there.
Oh.
Yeah.
What was the last drive-in movie you saw going on a tangent?
I'm trying to think. I think it was a horror movie. I'm not a fan of horror movies,
Yeah.
but I
I'm
think
going
it
to
was.
say it was Bless the Beasts and the Children.
What's that?
I remember the song by Karen Carpenter.
1978, 5,
No, I saw it was
whatever.
in East Hampton. I think when I went to the last. I'm trying to think. Whatever movie closed that drive-in, I was probably.
I think
there.
Animal House was the last movie I saw at a drive-in.
Oh, that's cool.
I was in high school though. and it was
Not
like
out
it was
here.
re-released now.
Yeah.
I think there are something like, and if you're listening and Google it and prove I'm wrong, congratulations. I think there's something like 50, like
50?
I'm going to say
Five?
50 or 55 drive-ins left. They're
Really?
mostly in the South,
Yeah.
some in Texas, some in like Alabama and across the Bible Belt. But they are a dying breed.
Yeah, they sure
They
are.
were so
great.
much fun.
They really were fun.
My older sisters actually took me into C1, and we had I forget what car we had, but we had a trunk, and my sister, we're not going to pay all the tickets. And she took her boyfriend, put him in the trunk, and shut it. And then the dummy that she is, we go into the drive-in movie theater. They used to make you pay by the person.
Yeah.
She opens the trunk, the light comes off, her boyfriend hops out. The guy comes over with the flashlight, and he yells at my sister's boyfriend at the time. How pathetic, sneaking in to see Cinderella.
The only thing I remember that was super embarrassing for me at a drive-in was we had a date, went out and we were passing the Acme Drive-In in northern Michigan, and it was 2 Woody Allen movies, and I'm like, and she didn't know she knew sort of who Woody Allen. We have to go. It's like 11 o'clock. We pull in, and the guy at the ticket counter starts to say something, and I go, listen, we just want to come in. I know it's already started. It's no big deal. Here's $20. No, in
Well,
1975,
$5
it was probably $5.
$5, right.
I was like bribing my way into this
Yeah.
place, and the guy finally goes, okay, and we drive in, and it's all over. We're the only car. It's completely empty, like in Heat when they have the high-powered rifle and shoot
Oh my
at
gosh.
De Niro.
I don't know what how you added with
How are we doing
rifles,
for
but-
time, Jody? Jody keeps
Jody
going like
keeps
this,
waving.
but what do we have to do for the next 20
Oh,
minutes? We're
we've
going to
got
talk to Mike
Michael
Clark.
Clark.
Well,
Well, we don't
Michael,
want to. Patrick can stay.
stay.
Michael, come on in.
Michael,
Let's
you
play a
come on
little
in, too.
LTV Needs Your Money music. And now the executive director and grand poobah.
Yeah, Grand Poobah, Michael Clark is
He had to take
joining
off his
us.
poobah hat because he was hitting the lights.
Hey,
Yeah.
Mike, welcome. Thank you for
Thanks
being
for
such a big
being
supporter
here.
of all things Bridget and Bill and Patrick. What are your plans? What are your plans for the holidays? Do you stay here in the Hamptons?
We are staying, yes. We're doing the stay vacation or staycation.
Yes, staycation.
By
You don't-
any chance,
you
did
don't
you
have
hear
to have a
Brad?
day.
Did you hear Brad and Mary
day.
talking about endlessly about what's going on in East Hampton?
He's joking.
You mean the
Parades. They're
Yes.
building a 20 or 30-story
A 30-foot
gingerbread house.
No, a 30-foot tree and a 12-foot menorah, and the not life size, but a large version of the Hunting Inn where the
Who would
pond
leave?
is.
I would stay if I were you too.
are they having the Festivus pole?
Festivus
Festivus
Bowl.
I don't know. I hang up on those people when they call.
Oh, I love Festivus, the airing of the grievances. But Michael, are you guys going to do a float? LTV has to do a
Yeah,
float.
LTV has
We
to have a
should do a
float.
float.
Or do something.
Yeah. Jody,
Jody, get on that.
Jody, you're on the
This is
float.
an example of the crack planning that goes on here at LTV.
Float. We
We're
have
on
to do
top
it.
of everything.
You're
An
basically
LTV
attending
float.
now the planning.
No, I got it. You could do the history of television or public access. History of public access. We need
It'll
Ugly
just be a
George.
giant cup.
No, we need Robin Bird.
Ugly
donation
Georges?
Yeah, Ugly George and Robin Bird.
Oh
Bang
my
your
God.
box.
Baby, let me
Remember that?
bang your box.
Baby, let me bang
Channel
your
J.
box.
When I first moved to
Channel
New
J.
York, I was like, what is this?
Yes, I know. And I would be like watching it quietly in my room and turn it off, and my mom would yell like, "Did you see the size of her breasts?" Like my mom was watching it
In the
whatever
living
it
room?
was,
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Yeah, so it's really
If you
fun.
couldn't
Well,
tell this was Bridget's last show, you can now tell easily.
It
She is
will be.
leaving us for Costa Rica.
You keep saying that. That's he wishes.
It's
I think.
partially true.
A country I'd like to point out is generally considered safe for travelers, though some security risks do exist.
Yes, but
the
not
U.S. State Department rates Costa Rica with a level 2 advisory, recommending increased caution due to petty crime risks and natural hazards such as, and listen to this, this is the footnote, volcanoes, earthquakes, and tropical cyclones.
I've never seen it.
When I was in Costa
Out of your mind?
Well, I could stay here and
there was an earthquake when I was in Costa Rica.
Oh yeah, no, we have the leaf tremblers like all the time.
And I woke up the
Nothing
next
serious.
morning, I had no
Yeah.
clue. But then again, a bottle of Sansarin and Ambien. Like, who's going to feel anything?
Well, I feel the earth move all the time anyway, so it's no surprise when she just gets a little overexcited. So-
Okay, we want to believe that. Here are some true or false questions about Costa Rica.
Oh
True
my
or
goodness,
false?
he's gonna test
You
me.
can ask for a cash discount.
Yes, of course you can.
You can, but did you know haggling in Costa Rica is generally
Yes, you don't.
frowned upon
You
and
do
seen
not
as
haggle.
disrespectful?
Absolutely, you would
Okay,
never do
good
that.
to know.
All right.
Really?
Yeah,
True or
no,
false? You can drink the tap water
Yes, of
in
course.
that country.
Of course you can.
You can, absolutely.
wonderful.
That's true.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like out here. It's got a little bit of a chlorine. Well, you guys have well water.
I have town water.
Yeah, I know. Oh, so you know what
No
I
one
mean.
likes a bragger.
Okay, go
Bridget Leroy is on her
Ask
way
me
to
more.
Costa Rica. We're trying to talk her out of it. This is an intervention. True or
questions.
false? You can openly discuss religion and politics
Oh God,
with
no!
Costa Ricans.
Absolutely not. You know what you can talk about? The roads and how terrible they are. Oh my gosh, I drove here. It took me an hour and a half. You know that big pothole over by the mango tree where the monkey is?
So it's just like
oh,
the
yeah.
Hamptons in
And the
that.
surfing.
Yeah, absolutely.
okay.
You can never talk about politics or religion.
Okay. True or false? It's impolite to leave any food on your plate.
I don't think that's true. Is
No,
it?
it is true.
Really?
Yeah, they think you didn't like it.
But I can tell you one thing about the restaurants there, and this is, if you're going to Costa Rica, this is something everyone needs to know. They will never come and rush you. So what happens is, because they expect you to say, we are ready for our check. They will never come over and try to like rush you to get to the next table. So what you end up with is the people who don't know this are getting increasingly angry that they haven't seen their waiter in a long time, and then they blow up at him and say, "Can we please have our check now?" And but because they just expect you to eat and sit for a while, so then you have those ugly Americans. They yelled at us again. So if you're there, just very kindly go and ask for the check when you're ready. They will never come to your table.
That's
we-
true in
we-
Europe
we-
for the
You're
most
ready.
part as
We
well.
have that here. It's called Bobby Vans. All right, true or false? You can wear swimsuits almost anywhere in Costa Rica.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, they're
Completely
modest.
rude.
Yeah.
It's a Catholic country. They
You have
wouldn't
to
do
dress
that.
modestly when you're not at the beach.
Absolutely, and women need to cover their shoulders before they go into any church.
True or false? Costa Ricans like to be touched, shake hands, and pats on the back.
Yes, very true.
No, absolutely not.
What?
They like their own space.
And
Do
you wonder
not-
why no one will come to your potluck
Yes, you've been
dinners.
touching them.
Hug me, hug me. No,
You've got the country to yourself. They're all going to move
no, that's
to
so funny.
Venezuela.
I mean, well, I guess the Costa Ricans I know are really, really friendly.
Well,
so.
there are a lot of expats. I do circle with a
no,
lot
I
of
don't
expats.
mean that. No, I like the local team.
You're like
Where's the
local
red
flavor.
zone in Costa Rica?
The red zone?
Do you know the red zone?
No.
Keep your husband away. It's drugs,
Oh,
prostitution,
Jaco.
violence, and despair.
It's in
That's
Jaco.
so sad. There's
In
despair.
Jaco?
In Jaco, Jaco, Jaco is the
Now,
red
I'll
zone.
give you some good news. Do you know what the Costa Rica is in a blue zone? Do you know what a blue zone
Yes,
is?
I do. There's 5 of them in the 7 of them in the world.
There's 5, and what's good about them?
Well, it's where people live to be over 100 based on what they eat and the environment and a lot
That's
of
like
times.
Mike Clark at LTV.
That's right.
He's
You
here
are-
I
in
am
the
98 years old.
You look pretty good, but really you're only 35, right? And then you don't look so good, Mike.
How much time? We got a little time. Who are the 3 sisters of Costa Rica?
The 3 sisters. I
Yeah,
don't
it's
know.
a dietary thing.
A dietary
Yeah.
thing, like a guy.
Like a
who's-
mango.
Squash, corn, and beans. Mango's
Oh,
a
I
good
didn't know
guess.
that. I didn't know
Squash,
that.
corn, and
I
beans.
never
The
heard
3
that.
sisters.
Oh no, I know Gallo Pinto, but
Safest place to live in Costa Rica.
safest place to live?
Manuel Antonio. I don't know.
No, probably not.
Manuel Antonio. Did you just pull that
Yeah,
out of your?
yeah. That's
the
Manuel
only place I've
Antonio.
been to, so-
That's one of the 2 prettiest places.
It is. It's
Prettiest
beautiful
places.
there, and so
No,
is
the
our-
safest place is Escazú.
Escazú, yeah.
Then Santa Ana.
Yeah.
Then Athenas. Then
Atenas.
Tamarindo
Yeah, Atenas and Tamarindo.
and Nosara.
Nosara.
Nosara,
Are
I've
you
heard.
near any of those
Yeah.
places, or are you in some
yeah,
dangerous?
no, I'm really close to Atenas, and Santa Ana and Escazú are the same.
Nosara is the big surfing town, right? Isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is, and unfortunately, because it's now become so Hamptonsy that it's
no.
becoming a bit more crime-ridden.
We're
Unfortunately,
learning all about Costa Rica
But
because
yes,
Bridget
thank
Leroy
you.
is leaving us for Costa
I
Rica.
am. I've
Bridget,
been
when you're there, I
happy.
want you to stay away from Los Guido. That's not a guy. That's a
I was just going
neighborhood.
to say, is that a guy?
Desperados, Pabas,
Decemperados.
Ronstadt song?
La Carpio.
Wait, Decemperados, not
Okay.
Desperados.
I'm not
okay?
moving there, I don't
No, I
care.
know, and it's La Garita.
And Leon the Eighth. Is that a town or a
Oh,
guy?
El Leone Oche, I think it is.
And the El Carmen neighborhood in Cartago.
Cartago.
And they have a town called El Infernilo. Is that right?
El Infernino?
Can't be the way I'm saying it.
No.
That's Little Hell. You know, we don't have anything in the Hamptons called Little Hell. Quogue comes the closest, but
That's not true. They have Widow Gavitt's and they have Mount Misery.
Mount Misery, I know,
and
in Sag
what's
Harbor.
Mount really?
Misery.
It's in Sag Harbor.
You never heard of Mount Misery?
No.
Oh, it's right around the corner from
there
Downer
many times,
Place.
but I didn't
Seriously.
know that.
Downer,
It's
Widow
Downer
Gavitt's.
Place and Mount Misery. At
And
the
Widow
corner.
Gavitt's are
And Widow
close.
Gavitt's are all near each other.
Yeah, that's very. Somebody was having a really bad day when they named those streets.
Like, why would you want to live on Downer Place and Mount Misery?
Wait,
Just
because
saying.
we have
Well, we
Mike
have a-
here.
Oh, sorry,
and
Michael.
No, that's
He
okay.
hasn't had
I
anything
have
to
nothing
say.
to
He's
say.
just listening.
Well, we have one viewer now. Aren't you excited?
I'm just here to watch.
That's great. I'm glad you're
We
here.
have Swamp Road here.
Yeah,
You
we
can
have
buy a
Swamp.
$5 million fixer-upper on something called Swamp Road.
There's also something called Dead End Trail, which I always thought was like, who wants to live on a place called Dead End Trail?
Well, that sounds
It's a kill-de-sac. Have you had your rabies? Listen to this. You need your rabies, yellow fever, and typhoid vaccine.
That's
Oh, I thought you were going to say there's a Rabies Road in the Hamptons. I would believe it. No.
Have you been?
No, there
wait
is.
a minute. Have you been inoculated for rabies? I've never had a. Have you had a rabies
No.
shot?
No, never.
I just
Are
got
you
a
sure
tetanus
that-
shot.
Well, no. So why?
It says
No, but
rabies, yellow
it says
fever, and
because you
typhoid
typed
vaccine.
it there. It is not true because. Listen, you've worked with for enough journals and stuff to understand that just because it's on the page.
Oh,
doesn't
Bill
make
never
it
worked for
true.
a real journalistic organization.
no.
Trust me.
Well, I can
How's
tell
your
you.
Spanish? Because they like
Very
the locals
good.
like you to
Muy-
use Spanish.
Sí, muy bien.
Okay.
Muy bien. Muy bien.
Wait, so this is really happening?
Molto bene.
We haven't talked to you out of moving?
No, I love it there. It's
Well, I have to
beautiful.
tell
Happy
you,
place.
It is a really happy place.
when
It's one of the most
Bridget
happy
Leroy
countries.
was called by the folks over at WLIW or WLIW-FM,
Yes.
and they said, we want you to host a show. You said, I
I'll
want,
only go if Bill McCuddy goes down with me.
and
We're
here
going
we-
down in flames. Here we are.
We're flaming. And I have enjoyed these 2 years very much.
Yeah, me too. It's been fun. And who's to say that it won't happen again?
I don't think there's a dry eye in the house right
Well, there's none in your face.
No,
There-
I,
He can't cry, not since the last thing.
I just had them remove my tear ducts. I was like, I don't need these. Just take them out.
don't forget, tonight on Lifetime, Bridget Leroy stars with an all-star cast. No, we have
had a
about
great
exhausted everything we can do about the holidays. We want to thank all of our guests who are on, Mary Wasserstein and Brad. That Brad Billett, he is a firecracker.
He really is.
He's a change, he's a take-no, he's a,
yeah.
I don't know what he is, but
He was unexpectedly fun and
I asked him
surprising.
already to be on the board.
You did.
Really?
Yeah, I did.
On the board, and also it could be AirHamptons with Bill and Brad.
no, if I was going to
Billett
do
and
it with
Bill.
anyone but you, I would do it with Patrick.
Oh, well, that's nice. He's really
So to
thinking
speak.
about it.
Wait a
I
minute.
don't think you've asked him.
That's a meme I don't want to see.
Well, listen, Bill, it's been amazing doing the show. I've loved it. I really have, and
And it's good spending time with you, by the way, the past
Always.
2 years. Like,
Well,
seriously.
And before, we've been friends.
No,
for-
we've been friends for a long time,
long
but the past
time.
2 years have been really just
Thank
remarkable
you.
and wonderful.
Oh,
And
well,
just
now I don't
really
wanna
And
lovely.
if
leave.
anyone is still listening, God bless you. We've enjoyed making this kind of impromptu, very impromptu.
This is your
weekly
life?
and then monthly, and now it's
Oh, one
drifting
more.
away.
My grandfather was on This Is Your Life.
Was he really? Oh, very funny.
What was his name? Where's the
Leroy.
tip joy?
I don't have it anymore. I filled it
Was
up
he
and
on
I
it with Dorothy Kilgallen, or what was her name? Dorothy?
I know,
Wait,
but
was
he
he
had his
the-
own show.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
had his own version where they
Oh.
surprised him and they did This Is Your Life.
Oh,
with
this is
Leroy.
your, oh, that was the
Oh,
special.
with-
Yeah, with
I'm thinking
Ralph
of What's My
Edwards.
Ralph
Line.
Edwards.
Thinking of
No,
What's My
that,
Line.
no. But I think that we should maybe dedicate our last minute to Jim Turner, who's
I
been
would
with
love
us
that.
from
Yeah,
the very
Jim has
first
been a
show.
stalwart.
And
Well, I've been
love to
pulling
hear
back.
him.
I mean,
Our
a couple of
one-man
profound
band.
things I want to mention was actually, this is for Patrick, I am wearing a pair of Crocs. I have been to Costa Rica several times. I didn't mention that you cannot wear shorts leaving there on a plane.
Really?
And they had marvelous dogs, but to keep the impromptu, I've made up a song in my mind here. I haven't written, but I'm just going to do it right now in terms of makeshift and impromptu. I just made up a song.
There is so much in the mind of Jim Turner. Something is about to escape that's going to be magical. Hit us. Happy holidays,
This is
everyone.
dedicated to Bridget. Was at a rock and roll party and Christmas time was here. And I saw Bridget rocking on the floor like she never rocked before. I said, go, Bridget, go, Bridget, go. Go, Bridget, I know you're gonna make it tonight. It's Christmas time, you got me feeling alright. Bye-bye, Bridget, I'll see you after a while. Oh, play that horn, baby.
This is already trending on Spotify.
Bridget's on the jet now.